Greetings. Watch me as I'm making pies for the family. Yes, it's season for family time. Trust me, guys, today everything went the other way. I did not measure a single thing today. So it's better you bear with me, watch closely what I'm doing. So I just decided to put flour in the bowl, take a teaspoon of salt and put in there. It was just my conscience telling me this is right. You know, that thing when an African mom is cooking, I really don't know if this is going to work for you, but it worked amazingly, like for me. Now, as I'm making these pies, it was just through this whole thing. I want to make a better or a different meal from the everyday meals. So I have to try this. I sometimes make these pies, but by the book. But today it was a different thing altogether. I'm using the baking stock. So I just cut half the block and I started to divide it into smaller pieces so that it's going to be handy for me to mix with the flour. If you're new here, please welcome and enjoy the Kitchen Diaries. This is My Kitchen, My Restaurant. I'm your host, Monica. As usual, to the returning viewers, don't forget to like, don't forget to share our videos. Your support is really, really appreciated. If your notification bell hasn't been turned on, this is the right time for you to turn on that notification bell so that whenever I drop a new recipe, you have to see that we keep in touch. So I'm just done dividing this baking stock into small pieces, and then I have to go and sift in the butter using my hands. This is exactly what makes your dough special, or this is what makes the pie. So right in there with your clean hands. This is the reason why nails are not good for those who loves baking and playing in the kitchen like me. So this pie pastry, it's a whole different thing from other pie pastries that I usually make. Sometimes I do use the heating up method, but today I'm going to use this frost method, so it's different. I'm going to use ice blocks and I'm using milk. Please note that I decided to use milk because this milk was almost about to expire, so I decided not to waste, rather I'll use it for baking. Otherwise I can just use tap water and then add the ice so that it becomes iced water. That's the reason why I'm adding the ice cubes. So the moment you feel that your flour is ready, it's really the breadcrumbs are starting to form, that is when you have to add the water. But it's good that you set your water earlier before so that it becomes iced as we want. So now pour the water or the milk into the flour or into the dry ingredients mixture. As you're doing this, we have now to make the dough. Make the dough, and this dough should not be overdone. I mean, there's no need for you to be kneading the dough or to work on it so much. So after making this dough, just like this, you can see it's well formed. It has to rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and then we have to come and work on it again. So what should you do? cover that with a clean wrap or with a clean kitchen towel whilst you're cleaning. So this is the moment in time that I'll be clearing off the counters, exactly tied up, and gather the ingredients that you want for the next process. Now, back again. This is the time where you have to work on the dough. So unwrap it and then take it off the bowl. I have butter which is already at room temperature. Now we need to spread that butter onto this dough. So I'm not very good at making puff pastry, but that's the idea why I'm adding the butter onto the dough. So add the butter, but for the moment you have to spread your dough so evenly, and then you add the butter to 1/3 part of your dough, just like what I'm doing there. Spread as much as you can. As I said earlier, I did not weigh anything. I did not measure anything. So experience is the best teacher, I can say, but the outcome was just amazing, as if something was measured earlier before. So that's exactly how we do it. And then fold this part with butter upwards. Don't do this. It's not good. I was supposed to sprinkle some flour before spreading the dough, obviously. But anyway, here we are. Fold like that into 3 and make sure that all the sides are well lined, and try to seal as much as you can. And then we have to roll out this dough and repeat this process 3 to 4 times, doing the same thing. Okay, this is how special this dough is. It needs your attention, of course. It needs your commitment. It needs how much effort will you put in order to make the most delicious dish for your family and to put the food straight on the table. This is what I do for the people that I love. All right, so take your time. Don't be rushing it. 3 to 4 times, doing the same process. And now I'm done. Wrap it in a very clean film, and then put it in the freezer. As you put it in the freezer, it shouldn't be for so long. So approximately 1.5 to 2 hours, it's going to be enough, so that you have to bring it back and work on it. So once it's in the freezer chilling there, I'm already making the filling. So I'm using ground beef or mincemeat. So I have to add few ingredients to this ground beef so that it's going to taste better. What makes the pie delicious, it's the filling as well. Despite that the dough must be perfect, but the filling, yes, to take the trophy, if you know what I mean. So add onions to it. You can choose anything that gives flavor. This is now according to individuals. So I like white onion. I like tomatoes, obviously, but not too much, because I don't want this to be soaky. I don't want it to be runny. It has to be thick, but at the same time, it has to juice up within the pie. So I just added 1 chopped tomato to the ingredients, and then I cover it up. Of course, I have to add on spices. When it comes to spices, I always say paprika should not be left out. It's one of those spices that you have to deal with almost every day, okay? All right, so I added the spices now. Obviously, onion granules, a bit of black pepper, and then paprika. So 3 of those will do. And I will need soy sauce. This is dark soy sauce. I just give not too much. Approximately a teaspoon is enough for this mixture. So mix everything to combine well. And then one more last ingredient. Guys, if you have come this far watching this video, it means you are so much interested in this channel. You can even pass your greetings. Tell us where you're watching from so that next time I make the video, I also pass my greetings to you. How about that? So I'm making this mixture. That's Karinga chicken flavor soup plus a tablespoon of flour. I did this because I want the filling to thicken up. As you can see, I just poured everything, but it's already thickened. So I'm going to add plain water now on top of this mixture so that the Karinga mix is going to be cooked. Even the flour needs to be cooked a bit, otherwise you have a runny tummy. So add some water, make this mixture thick and cook on low medium heat. That is what we want. So this is how best you can make the filling. Obviously you have some other options to make the filling. You can use beef shreds or chicken, but I chose ground beef today. So always regulate the temperature of the stove. This is really going to make your outcome so much better. At this point, it's well cooked. Back to the dough. Take off the dough off the freezer and then spread it out. Use whatever you have. I always improvise in my kitchen. I don't have a pastry cutter, so the pie pastry cutter. So I'm using this glass bowl just to make the shapes that I feel like, yeah, this is the size that I want to make today. Just like that. After cutting, and then we go on to the process of filling and sealing. And obviously, that's the most interesting part. Now we have the outcome to see what have we been going through this whole time. It's now about to cook. So after cutting these, if your dough is really perfect or it's well made, it's not supposed to be sticky. Like, it's not hard to work with. Although I floured the surface, of course, just to make sure it's not going to be giving me hard time, but the dough must not be sticky. Then this is the time to fill. So how do you fill then? It's just adding the mixture of ground beef at the center of the pastry, and then you have to use this type of mixture that I made. It's flour and water just to make a thick paste, which enables you to seal the pies without so much hassle. So just like that, add the paste on, close it, and make sure that you're doing it carefully so that all the ingredients are covered. Just like that. Take a fork, seal those edges. That's the end of the story. How about that, guys? And then the family will enjoy. This is how I dedicate myself. This is how far I can go with my patience. You see, some other people would just want fast dishes, but for me, It really means a lot to take this whole time trying to make it out of myself. Bake these pies at 200 to 250 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, and then the family will enjoy. Look at that. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, guys. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.